Did that new X-Men trailer drop? That's actually what I was kind of waiting on. A lot of people said new X-Men. I was kind of waiting on that. They have a new X-Men trailer that.
Dark Phoenix.
I guess so.
If you embrace it, you will possess the very power of a god.
Look at that little shitty shirt you got on. You'd go to dtmerch.com.
Well played. Well
Thank
played.
you. Thank you. Yeah, man. But if you can't afford this Kung Fu TJ up here, I understand, I mean, you can wait till you get paid to get that Black Galaxy tee with the white logo right there. The hoodies, the
Backpacks,
backpacks,
phone
stew pots, phone covers, and the gift of choice with the gift certificate. And remember that we get by with your support. So please come over to doubletoasted.com. And if you can, support us by subscribing, donating, whatever you can to keep these shows going. We put a lot of hard work into what we do right here. What you doing over there?
Sorry. My back got sunburned.
Okay, I'm just.
And it's just really badly right now.
At the corner of my eye, I just kept Martin just kept doing this. Yeah, everybody saying new X-Men trailers in the chat. There it is. You want to see it, Martin?
Yeah, let's see this thing.
Let me see here. Yeah, it's a full trailer. All right, we were sitting here. I was actually stalling for time, just sitting up here waiting for this trailer to drop. I thought we were about to end the show and it never would show up, but it looks like it has. So we'll be watching this with fresh eyes, just like most of you out there. And yes, Martin, this is Dark Phoenix. So let's go ahead and take a look at this new trailer that just dropped, and we'll be back with our fresh reaction.
By the time you realize who they are, it's too late.
I hadn't been impressed with an X-Men trailer like that for a while.
It looks good.
Yeah, no, it looks.
I mean, none of it reminds me of the Dark Phoenix comics, but it looks good for what it is.
No, it does. I mean, for starters, Jennifer Lawrence is actually making an expression,
right?
From that last movie, she didn't even bother to do that. She was just bored. This is, put it back in her makeup and everything. This is. I've noticed some things that they're improving on that they wanted people to do with X-Men. For starters, now that Wakanda done made Africa cool, Storm can actually have an African accent, and I like the way young Storm looks too, man.
Yeah, she does look good.
Well,
it's her looking good paired with the accent that works. Is that feeling of, okay, finally here's Storm.
Yeah,
it's too late.
I'm liking what I see here, man. Does X-Men suffer the same thing as Star Trek and James Bond, where every other movie is the shitty film and then the next one's good?
No, because the first two were, everybody liked the first two.
Mm-hmm.
The third one they didn't like the fourth and the fifth. Maybe it's two together. Unless if you count Wolverine in there, then that throws the count way off.
Yeah. One of the things, talking about things you want to see, after so many movies where, and especially now that we see it in this trailer right here, where Professor X and Magneto, where they just staring each other down, I'm just like, man, just fuck each other at this point. There's so much sexual tension with these two.
This is another fine mess you've gotten me into. It looks for the first time like you could tell that McAvoy's wearing a ball cap in this one.
Does it?
Yeah.
Is he wearing a ball cap? You think so?
His head look way smooth.
Yeah,
and I know he shaved it for the first movie, and he shaved it to play the character. And they're like, "No, you're playing a young version. He's not bald in those."
Yeah,
and he was like, "Oh shit."
Yeah, but right here, I don't even think that's a ball cap. I think that's CG.
Right? Maybe.
It's
that's way too smooth.
It is too smooth, man. But now you know this story. The Dark Phoenix saga.
Yeah, but I know the story that they're doing.
This
is way different. The only thing I see similar is her being in that space shuttle and it blowing up, and maybe the Phoenix attaching itself to her there. But there's some of these other things. I'm like, all right, I can't peg this to any particular comic.
Yeah,
they'll do adaptations, but not directly. Like the first movie, there's no real book, you can point that as being an adaptation of. Even, you know, the costumes aren't the same. They've changed the lineup, but it still very much has the spirit of the X-Men.
Yeah.
And so that's been their strength the whole time.
Yeah, you know, because I mean, I think that's if this is taken from those stories and they have changed it around. I mean, it's something that's worked for Marvel proper. You know, the MCU where they've taken storylines.
Yeah.
And it only has the hint of the storyline in there, are the basic fundamentals, but they've changed it around to make it fresh for everybody.
Right, right.
Everybody was talking about, look, this might have just been rumor. Maybe some of you guys know, but this is, you know, with Disney buying 21st Century Fox at this point, it was rumored that this movie was so bad that they said, you know something, now that we got this shit, we're just going to take it out back and just shoot it.
Right.
And just bury it. And with this.
2 in the back of the head.
But maybe it's like, maybe Disney's releasing it and saying, you see how they fucked it up and how we'll make it better.
Could be.
Yeah.
Well, it seemed this looks more in line with what they were doing with Days of Future Past and First Class. Like they seemed like they had a rhythm, and then suddenly Apocalypse came in, and it was like, the fuck? What are you guys doing?
Yeah.
you had a role going, and this doesn't look like it belongs with those other movies.
No, it doesn't, and that's why I say maybe it's because after seeing Apocalypse, maybe it's because there's just the absence of a Power Rangers villain in this that I'm thinking that this looks a lot better.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't think.
Because you don't see a whole long list of characters in here.
And you're right. And I'm being serious. I mean, they're bringing it back down to some basic characters and not trying to do a whole lot, you know, because sometimes they were trying to just cram too much.
Yeah.
A couple of things, too many mutants
Yeah.
and too many special effects. Like
Yeah.
they went overboard with the special effects in that last film.
Yeah.
Where the effects was so heavy that you could tell that it wasn't a cheap film and they lost money on it, but it was so special effects heavy that it just looked too fake.
Yeah.
It
Right.
looked too polished.
Right.
Disney's like, you know, that really ain't us. We ain't got nothing to lose. Go ahead, put it out there.
Put it out there, yeah.
Yeah, you know, it'll just make people want our X-Men
Yeah, because
even more.
the next time we make one of these, it's going to be called Marvel's X-Men.
Exactly. Or it could be that the rumors were exaggerated and maybe they do finally, maybe they want to go out on a good note. It is going to be the last great outing of that chapter of X-Men, you know, the one with 20th Century Fox.
Sure.
So a lot of people are going to want to see it for that.
No, my understanding is that before the merger is sealed, they saw the movie and Disney did not want to acquire it. So Fox spent around $30 million more in reshoots. So upon the other reshoots that they did, so they have reshot this movie quite some time, and they had a lot of problems getting all the cast together at the right time and just doing those reshoots. So
there's a lot of reshoots then.
no, this is gonna be more than $100 million movies, and it doesn't look like it. Only based on reshoots, just getting cast there, special effects. Literally in the shooting, while they were shooting, they were fixing dialogue and just rewriting scenes. So that's not
a good sign.
That's never a good sign.
That
And
happens in a lot of movies. Actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're also not counting. This is not the last movie. You're forgetting one.
New Mutants.
New Mutants.
you.
I thought they weren't going to release that.
Nobody knows what happened to that movie. It's in limbo.
Yeah, that's
Nobody
what I'm
knows.
saying. This they're releasing. New Mutants was supposed to be now that's one thing I did love about 20th Century Fox and what they were doing with X-Men. They were willing to take different genres.
Sure.
They were willing to take risks with different genres.
Yeah.
You know, Logan was kind of a Western drama. Deadpool's a comedy. These are, you know, of course, these are, you know, your traditional. Yeah, exactly.
New Mutants
is going to be horror.
Yep.
This had a very good run. Real good run, man.
Yeah.
And even if this is good, I'm not just because Marvel is taking it and you know, they're going to start new. I'm not even saying because Marvel's taking it. It's always kind of cool to start new with something. And they really do because, I mean, this is beginning to even if this is good, it's beginning to feel its age. And they're still doing old tricks in here. And maybe they're doing it in a more serious way, but like Quicksilver, we're getting another Quicksilver
another
scene right here, you know.
Yeah.
And it's and look, it'll be cool to see if they don't do it as a joke and actually see him do it in a very serious way. But you know,
He's about to get blasted right
He
there.
could get fucked up.
oh yeah,
It's like,
she just waiting too. She's like, yeah, come on, come a little closer.
fuck you up. Yeah.
There's been some things in the film that I'd like to see a new take on it and see what they can do with it, because some things are actually starting to look. People are excited to see characters, and they let a lot of things slide.
Yeah.
But this rubber mask that Beast got on right, that Beast is not looking good. You can buy a gorilla suit that looks like that today.
And that could be a reshoot right there.
Yeah, it could. No, that's what I was thinking. Maybe that's a reshoot and a rush job right there. Because with all these great special effects, some of this makeup has just not stood the test of time too well. It looked cool, but I think some of this stuff is so bright now that even it's not. And it's nice that they're trying to put them in their X-Men costumes and make them look like their comic book versions. But
from the back, they look like they're from the Enterprise.
Yeah, they should do that. Star Trek.
Yes, I couldn't put.
They really do.
I'm like, why did it look so odd?
But like 6 to beam down.
But I'm looking at some of the makeup here, and I'm like, some of it works, and some of it is like, I don't know. The
Mystique, her makeup has always been a darker blue and shiny.
Mm-hmm.
So here it looks very pasted on, almost like plastic.
Yeah, this is like Smurf blue.
No, that looks like Smurf blue. It looks like a Rush blue, even CGI retouch blue in certain parts. Even the wig is off. I swear to you, they're gonna put an image of the first trailer for that exact same scene. They're gonna put them side to side, and they're gonna know, holy shit, look at the difference.
Yeah, I mean, it's just very bright in some parts too for it to be such a dark film. But hey, I'm still eager to see what they do with it. I mean, I'm not trying to hate. I want to see the X-Men go out. This chapter of the X-Men go out.
I want them to go on in flames.
If they can do it.
Don't be a hater, man.
I want to go on in flames like the Phoenix.
Yeah, this is why. See, this is why mutants can't have shit, man. We'll see. We'll see. When is this coming out? June 7th.
Really?
Yeah, June 7th. I want to ask just you like this the room. It's not a long discussion. Is anybody when Marvel gets it, people are gonna be excited. But is anybody even excited for X-Men movies anymore now? She's like me. You make like he's gonna smack you or something if you admit that. Nah, because it's just when X-Men came out, we were still trying to get superhero movies right.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now that we have so many superhero movies out there, I gotta ask you, man, are you really even excited for another X-Men movie? No, I got it, man. I mean, I'm looking for.
I still to this day haven't seen Apocalypse.
Oh, don't.
Good, don't,
man.
Don't.
No, do that for. No, you were one of the lucky ones.
Man, that's CGI in his head. Like that's too smooth.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm being picky here. Once I see the movie, I probably won't notice. But I got, I'm looking forward to this because I want,
it's the big wrap up.
It's the big wrap up, and it exists. So while it's there, I'm looking forward to it.
You got to finish it.
But I'm like you, man. I'm just like, man, there's too many good superhero things out there.
That's my thing. When one of these mediocre superhero movies get released, that's not that good or is doing stuff that used to be done 10 years ago. Venom, Aquaman. I'm like, you guys, have you seen what's been going on lately? Because we got great stuff now.
Yeah.
You can't be coming with this weak shit.
And another thing, I hate to pin this on another hero, but now that I won't even pin it on another hero to say that they kind of messed it up. But I will say there's a couple of things that have really kind of. They've done things within X-Men to actually kind of like make people not care about this regular story. Once you start taking chances with Deadpool and Logan,
yeah,
it's just kind of like
wait,
okay.
I'm supposed to go back to this?
Yeah, like these dudes still mad at each other over some old shit, Professor X and Magneto. I mean, y'all need to get y'all shit together because nobody care anymore. This is a story that like this regular series is, as you say, it's a little too traditional where this same franchise is trying different things.
Yeah.
So I mean, but we'll see. These movies have nostalgia for me, and I don't want,
of course,
this series, and I don't want to see a bad one at any time, and I don't want it to end on a bad note. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to us. Stick around. We like you. And if you really love us, check out our main site, doubletoasted.com. Over there, you'll find a long form version of this video right here, and also the live streams that we do almost every night of the week. Support us at dtmerch.com, and remember to always stay toasty.